Hello and welcome to Reaction Check. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. We are watching a movie song called Enake from a film called Jeans, directed by Shankar. आप देख रहे हैं Reaction Check. Cast of this film includes Prashant, Aishwarya Rai, Nasser. These are some of the names that I know because they have appeared in different films and I've seen them in cross-platform films. An interesting thing about this film is it's directed by Shankar, and Shankar has been making films recently which were too much, not too much would be a very negative word, but the right way of using VFX in films. I mean, we've seen a lot of other films as well. They were not able to actually pull it off. Sometimes they don't look realistic, sometimes they're out of context, they're not supposed to be there, but they just put in there because they can do it. But the thing that I've noticed with Shankar's film is that they are really nicely done. The planning and everything is done really nicely, and I think Jeans was one of the first film when he actually this is something that I got to know from the comments, and thank you so much for letting me know that this was one of the first films of Shankar where he used VFX for Aishwarya Rai's twin and also Prashant's twin in the same frame, in the same scene, and that was something that he really liked about this VFX technology and implemented that in every other film that he actually made since then. So this song may not have a lot of VFX, but this song does have a lot of different locations during the 1998. You may be someone who is watching this maybe 6 years from now, maybe 10 years from now, and I'll be really older than what I am right now, and these songs may have faded away and we may never be able to actually see them. But if you're watching this reaction, thank you so much for watching this with us. Just pay attention to the kind of details they've actually put in before the VFX era. Let's jump into this and see what we have. Now, the music is produced by A.R. Rahman, and depending on where you are, if you're listening to the Hindi version of this song, then it will be Hai Rabba, but here it's Enake. I don't know the meaning.
புரியுது. நானும்
Okay. Love stories were very different. How you propose, now we've got Instagram, Facebook, a lot of other ways of so we've got the Twin Towers. So they've gone to a lot of places around the world to shoot this one song. I mean, when you go to the storyboard and you say, okay, I want to shoot a song and I want to put all these famous locations in one song.
சைஸில் வெண்ணிலவு எனக்கே எனக்கா காற்றில் வந்த பெண் கவிதை எனக்கே எனக்கா உன்னை எடுத்து உடுத்திக்கலாமா உதட்டின் மேலே படுத்துக்கலாமா பட்டு பூவே குட்டி தீவே விரலிடை தொட வரம் கொடமா ஹைர ஹைர ஹைரப்பா ஹைர ஹைர ஹைரப்பா 50 kg தாஜ்மஹல் எனக்கே எனக்கா ஃப்ளைட்டில் வந்த நந்தவனம் எனக்கே எனக்கா.
I mean, imagine you're shooting this in a crowded place, and that was the thing in the 1990s. Bollywood films with Govinda shooting in Bombay and them shooting in the US or other European countries, and people just looking at them and I bet nobody knew that Aishwarya Rai was Miss World while she was shooting. in that crowded place.
அன்பே இருவரும் பொடி நடையாக அமெரிக்காவை வலம் வருவோம். கடல் மேல் சிவப்பு கம்பளம் விரித்து ஐரோப்பாவில் குடிபுகுவோம். நம் காதலை கவி பாடவே ஷெல்லியின் பைரனின் கல்லறை தோக்கத்தை கலைத்திடுவோம்.
விண்ணை தாண்டி நீ வெளியில் குதிக்கிறாய், உன்னோடு நான் என்னானதோ கும்மாளமோ.
Right in the middle of the street. 90s, huh?
முந்திரியில் நீ காற்றைக் கடிக்கிறாய், பிள்ளை மனம் பித்தானதோ என்னாகுமோ ஏதாகுமோ.
வாடை காற்றுக்கு வயசாச்சு, வாழும் பூமிக்கு வயசாச்சு. கோடியுகம் போனால் என்ன, காதலுக்கு எப்போதும் வயசாகாது.
ஹைரா ஹைரா ஹைரப்பா,
ஹைரா ஹைரா ஹைராபா.
Wow. That's the Great Canyon. I mean, now you can just take a small drone and fly it across or over Grand Canyon.
செர்ரி பூக்களை திருடும் காற்று காதில் சொன்னது I love you. சைப்ரஸ் மரங்களில் தாவும் பறவை என்னிடம் சொன்னது I love you. உன் காதலை நீ சொன்னதும் என்றலும் பறவையும் காதல் தூரில் கலங்கியது.
ஒற்றை காலிலே பூக்கள் நிற்பது உன் கூந்தலில் நின்றாடத்தான். பூமாலையே தூச்சுடவா, சிந்தும் மழை துளி மண்ணில் வீழ்வது உன் கண்ணத்தில் முத்தாடத்தான். நானும் உன்னை முத்தாடவா.
இதயம் துடிப்பது நின்றாலும் இரண்டோ நிமிடம் உயிர் இருக்கும். அன்பே என்னை நீ நீங்கினால் ஒரு கணம் என் உயிர் தாங்காது.
ஹைரா ஹைரா ஹைராபா, ஹைரா ஹைரா ஹைராபா. 50 kg தாஜ் மஹால் எனக்கே.
I remember, I think I was really young, and this sequence was used for a promo when they were dancing near the airplane.
பாக்கெட் சைஸில் வெண்ணிலவு உனக்கே உனக்கு. டாக்ஸில் வந்த பெண் கவிதை உனக்கே உனக்கு.
உன்னை எடுத்து உடுத்திக்கலாமா, உதட்டின் மேலே படுத்துக்கலாமா.
முத்தமழையில் நனைஞ்சுக்கலாமா, கூந்தல் கொண்டு துவட்டிக்கலாமா.
பட்டு பூவே குட்டி தீவே விரலிடை தொட வரம் கொடமா. ஹைரா ஹைரா ஹைராபா, ஹைரா ஹைரா ஹைராபா.
There must be a lot of things that that if you're making a film, you have a story that you need to move forward, and then you have to shoot. You have to make sure that everybody's taken care of. You not just only one. You've got the staff or you've got the crew that is helping you make this film, but at the same time, you're spending so much money on these songs. Hoping that they will actually do a lot of promotion for you when you actually play them on the music channels, which were a big thing in the 1990s. But you don't know how times change. Perhaps a new medium, a new form of communication between you and me will be discovered or will be invented in the next few years, and we'll be talking to each other in a different manner or in a different platform or on a different device. But these songs, when they were made, the impact that they have now when you actually watch them on these streaming platforms like YouTube or other platforms that are out there for video streaming, you sort of, first of all, you go into a nostalgia. You feel nostalgic about what you're watching. It brings back a lot of memories, but at the same time, the amount of effort that they've actually put into these songs, the costumes, the locations, and then everybody doing so good, and then putting everything together into a song and then bringing that in front of us, it's great. I mean, why do you need to do this? I mean, of course it is for entertainment purposes, but why do you need to go beyond everything? You could have shot this song in a normal place, somewhere in India, in a nice place, but the impact of this song is so big. In the 1990s, not many people could afford to actually leave the country. I think in this entire region, so Indian subcontinent, and then these songs were actually portrayed or brought in front of us to give us the glimpse of this world that is outside, and which is really beautiful. I mean, it is very impactful. I think people in the future may not see it the way we have seen it. If you grew up in the 90s, you sort of realize what I'm talking about. But if you have grown up in the early 2000s, or you were born somewhere in 2010, or maybe somewhere, that you may not realize how impactful these songs were. But I want you to feel and understand that a lot of effort was put into these songs, and they may not be repeated, they may not be done, because we've got a lot of VFX going on nowadays. Thank you so much for watching this one, and until the next one, take very good care of yourself. Adios.